Allie Waldman here. It's actually Saturday with Allie this week because I have had such a week. You think Barbara's had a week with her, Women's Cardiac Center. I've been having cardiac arrest. My computer crashed this week. As a matter of fact, right now this computer is working on, I guess what you'd call backup power. It's working on a external hard drive that my IT guy was able to hook up. So I'm finally able to get some work done. I'm finally able to do my videos, but I got to bring this into the Apple store later today because they got to put in a new internal hard drive. So I don't know how long I'm going to be without this computer, so I figured I'd better do my Sunday with Allie a day early so that at the very least I can get this up on YouTube and get this up on the internet and you guys will be able to watch it and not miss out because it's been too great a week. There's been so much happening this week. I mean, let's start talking a little bit about Barbara's event. As I suspected, and as I mentioned last week, this turned out to be a much bigger event than any of us had thought. Barbara did a lot of publicity. She was in Variety. She was in Hollywood Reporter. There was a wonderful wrap-up on Vanity Fair that turned up this morning. There was another piece on iVillage.com where and Barbara even showed up on Extra, where she sang the extra, extra jingle. I mean, could you ever imagine Barbra Streisand doing something like that? If you go to YouTube, you'll see it. It's only 2 seconds, and I'm not even sure she's singing the actual tune. She might be singing, extra, extra from the main event, but it's very, very cute. And she talks about the fact that, they asked her how did she get Bill Clinton to show up at the event, and she goes, I called him. I asked him. And that's all it takes when you're Barbra Streisand, I guess, right? You just pick up the phone, you call him. But Bill Clinton said some wonderful, wonderful things about Barbara, things that we've already known, but he reconfirmed the fact that her friendship with Virginia Kelly was really the real thing. That's Bill Clinton's mom. And, Barbara met her at one of the inaugural balls, and a year later, Virginia passed away from breast cancer. And according to President Clinton, as he told the crowd at Barbara's house, in those 50 weeks that she was alive, Barbara called her every week. And Barbara also invited her to her New Year's show in 1990, well, it was New Year's Eve 1993, New Year's Day 1994 in Vegas, and and Virginia basically died almost 2 weeks later. So one of the last things she did was to get to see Barbara sing and to be Barbara's special guest. And according to President Clinton, that sealed it for him. He's loved Barbara ever since. And speaking of him loving Barbara ever since, there was a ridiculous story in the National Enquirer implying that James Brolin is terribly jealous over Barbara's crush on President Clinton and her inviting him to this event and making a fool of herself over him, and that Jim is beside himself with anger and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, Jim Brolin couldn't take it. He stole Barbara's truth alert on the Barbra Streisand website to set the record straight and to basically said that he loves Bill Clinton and that he's known him for 16 years and he thinks he's a fantastic guy, one of the most interesting men that he's ever known in his life, and basically kind of put the kibosh on the whole idea that the Barbara Clinton thing is anything more than friendship, and even explained that the Clintons, Hillary and Bill, are very good friends of Barbara and Jim, that they spend a lot of time together, that they visit, they play cards, they're from another, you and I, we don't play cards, like, I don't know about you, but I haven't played cards in a long time, but, my parents played cards, my grandmother played cards, Barbara's a little bit older than I am. She likes to play cards. She likes to play. In fact, she told I think it was Vanity Fair that the Clintons and the Brolins play hearts together, and I guess hearts is a fun card game. So it's completely innocent. But I love that Jim came out and said that. He referred to Barbara as my sweet wife. I don't think we have to worry about Jim and Barbara having any kind of marital difficulties. There's that sounded like a real bogus story. So that's what's going on. The event sounds like it's wonderful. Barbra sang That Face, uh, Smile in a duet with Josh Groban. She also sang Evergreen for President Clinton because it's his favorite song of hers. And she sang Here's to Life with new lyrics provided by the Bergmans to apply to women's hearts. And as an extra thing, Barbra raised $22 million with this event. 10 million of it, I think, came right out of her own pocket. And she is the cardiac center is now going to be named the Barbra Streisand Women's Heart Center at Cedars-Sinai. So good for Barbra. That is called putting, putting your what's it called? Putting words into action. Leading with your heart, doing the right thing. And we always can admire Barbra for doing the right thing. Now, on to other Barbra news. There was no trailer for the Guilt Trip attached to Rock of Ages. So if you're thinking about going to see the movie and you're not interested in seeing the movie, you were only going to go see it for the trailer, don't bother. And the Rock of Ages has not gotten very good reviews either. So I don't know when we're going to see the Guilt Trip trailer. I mean, I really think that because it's a Christmas movie, they sort of have decided not to leak it or put the trailer out too soon. Of course, some other Christmas movies have already had their trailers out there, but I think those are films that may be even more specialized. I don't think they're worried about Guilt Trip. My husband is driving me crazy, though, because he keeps saying, well, if there's no trailer, they must be worried about it. But I think Leslie is just saying that to get on my nerves. Because, that's how it is. When you've been married, 22 years, husbands try to get on their wives' nerves and vice versa. So, but I keep telling him that I will bet him money that the Guilt Trip is going to be a big hit. And I'm standing by that. Now, the other big... So where will the Guilt Trip trailer show up? I'm just guessing here. This is not intelligence based on any facts other than the trailer for the Meryl Streep movie. I think it's called Hope Springs Eternal. Her and Tommy Lee Jones. It's a romantic comedy. That could be where they would attach the Guilt Trip because that movie has sort of a, might be seen as going to the same demographic. I don't know. We'll see. It could turn up next week. It could turn up, a month from now. Who knows? I will keep on this one, guys. I really will. Now, the other big news that came out in one of the stories, the LA Times did a story about Barbra's heart benefit, and I got a couple of great quotes from her. One, that come this fall, we are definitely getting that CD of unreleased material or previously recorded, never released officially material called Release Me. What I'm hearing is that it's a definite fall release. It's going to be the product that they will be promoting while Barbra's doing the Brooklyn concerts. So that the CD will be on sale there, and everything leading up to it will say you can get Barbra's new CD of previously unreleased material, blah blah blah, and she's going to be in concert. So this is all that Sony synergy. So I don't know what we can expect on there. Like I said, I think there are going to be some songs that we may have really crappy bootleg copies of, but these are going to be pristine. I hope that we're going to get some stuff that we've never heard before. I think we will, but I think it's going to be a mix. I think some of that Broadway material, How Are Things in Glockamora, and maybe, Home, maybe things like that may turn up on this CD. We really have to wait and see. But at least we know we're definitely getting product. Probably September, maybe, I think September, because I don't think they'll wait till October, because that's too close to the concerts. Now, haven't heard anything else on the concerts, except the fact that it looks like so far, it's just those 2 dates. And if Barbra's schedule is what we think it is, she's going to do those 2 dates in Brooklyn, and then after that is recording for Gypsy, And then after the recordings for Gypsy, she gets into the studio early in 2013 for Gypsy to be filmed, and then for Gypsy to be released by Christmas of 2013. Now, that's my plan, and hopefully that's their plan, because to me, I don't see how they can film it in 2013 and then hold it for 2014 or hold it for Christmas of 2014. It's got to be a holiday film, and I just don't see them holding it indefinitely. So that's what I'm saying. Now, the other big news that came out, aside from the CD, is that Barbra mentioned that she's planning to direct a film again. And she mentioned this project that she worked on way back in 1986, a biography of Margaret Bourke White, who was a very famous Life and Time magazine photographer. She went around the world photographing. She was one of the first women into the concentration camps to take pictures. She shot Gandhi. She shot all over the world. She was the world famous. She was a woman ahead of her time, a world famous photographer. She had a very, very intense love affair and I think marriage to Erskine Caldwell, the novelist who wrote God's Little Acre. And he was this southern guy and she was this very cosmopolitan woman. They were very, very different, opposites attract. And now Barbra says that she resurrected the script that she wrote, but I think she actually meant co-wrote, back in 1986, and that she's got Cate Blanchett and Colin Firth committed to making this movie. Now, she hasn't gotten a studio behind it yet, but her plan is to direct this film and get it out there. Fantastic. Way to go, Barbra. Get behind the camera, start directing again. But between you and me and the lamppost, is there a lamppost around here? Between you and me and the lamppost, the only way Barbra's going to win an Oscar for Best Director is if she directs again. So she's got to get behind the camera. She's got to get back to work as director, and this project is terrific. Now, originally, when she was talking about doing it, which was way back in 1986-87, she was going to do it right after Nuts. And then they lost the rights to the story, and they did a TV movie with Farrah Fawcett called Double Exposure that Lawrence Schiller directed. Lawrence Schiller is the same guy that shot the cover of the Barbra Streisand Greatest Hits Volume 1. So, small world. Anyway, they got their TV movie out with Farrah Fawcett, and because of that, supposedly they scrapped doing the feature film. But at the time that they were thinking about doing the feature film, and get this, guys, this would have really driven you crazy. When they were going to do the feature film, they were going to pair up Barbra with Robert Redford. But it didn't come to pass. But let's not be too upset, because instead of the Margaret Bourke White film in 87, Barbra went to work, and then she started to develop The Prince of Tides, and The Prince of Tides became her next movie. So we really don't have too much to kvetch about, right? I mean, look how good things turned out. Now, it's almost 13:26. I'm really, I gotta talk faster. I wanted to tell everybody that on my website, before it crashed and I couldn't make any changes, I put this new book up for sale, Between the Grooves. This is inside Barbra's recording sessions from 1962 to 1993. What it is, this is a full-color book, front and back, all color inside. Don't know if you can see it. And all new pictures, or pictures you haven't seen before in the previous edition. This book has been out of print, or it was actually a magazine last time. It is now a book. If you want it, you can go on the site, you can purchase it from Book Patch. Just click on the icon, takes you right to Book Patch. You can buy it there. I think you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's fascinating reading. Really. It's nothing I've written. It's all data about what she recorded, when she recorded it, which songs she recorded, which ones never made it out of the recording studio, and which ones she recorded more than once. Very interesting stuff. So go look at the book. Now at 4:32, I'm going to start wrapping it up. This is Allie Waldman. I hope you've enjoyed this Sunday with Allie special Saturday edition. June 16th, 2012. I will be back next week. Hopefully my computer will be in order. Hopefully the website will be up to date. And that's it for now. So until next week, this is Allie signing off. Bye-bye.